Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. You know what this video is, not just from the title, but from where I'm sitting. Does this look familiar to you? This is my spot where I sit down and I do my budget. So sorry, I did not do one last month for December. I filmed the intro and then I did my budget and then I literally just never filmed like me going over my budget. So that's just, we're putting that in the past. We're skipping that month, but we are starting fresh in January and we are not off to a good start. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a pretty bad start. This month I had some big items and I promise, hold me to this. February, I am not spending a lot of money. I'm cutting this credit card bill by half because one of my New Year's resolutions is to cut back on the lifestyle creep because it has crept up on me. Granted, a lot of my expenses, I will say, are business expenses and they are things that I use for my business and I kind of lump them all into one. And when I say business, I don't mean Rella. Rella is 100% separate than what I budget here. This is like business, like my LLC for social media stuff. So it is a lot of it business expenses, but still I'm just spending way too much money. And I'm buying like big ticket items like every single month and that's just not okay. And I need to cut back and it really stressed me out. The other day I started almost having like a breakdown. I was like, oh my God, wait, why am I spending so much money? Like this is not okay. What am I doing? And so I just kind of had like a breakdown. And so you know what, it's probably best that I didn't do this December budget video because I'm in a more clear headspace now. I have not looked at my budget yet, but I do know the items that I have spent a lot of money on. So I think that this month is going to be a bad month without having looked at it. But it's the new year. So I am starting it off not on a great foot, but only going to get better from here. That's what I'm telling myself. It's only going to get better from here. I don't have anything big that I am planning on spending my money on, and I have a lot of credit card points. So when I do travel, I've been using credit card miles and credit card points instead of like actual cash or, you know, like taking it from my bank account. So I've been happy about that. If you're new here, what I do is I kind of let you guys know my predictions and I pretty much go through what I spent in a month. I don't go through every single item, but I go through everything. One, to put me on blast so I can feel some shame in the money that I'm spending. So hopefully the next month I do better. But also I do this every month regardless if I'm filming it or not, and I just go through every single one of my expenses. It helps me be more conscious about the following months. It really allows you to see where you are spending your money. If you do not budget, I highly recommend it. I will have my free template down below for you guys to check out. But yeah, I definitely recommend that you make a budget ASAP if you haven't already, because you are going to wake up to your expenses. I feel like you don't realize how much those little things add up, how much that coffee adds up, how much the parking adds up, how much Ubers add up until you see it all written out and you're like, oh my God, what the heck? Or for example, if you are buying these like big ticket items, you might think, oh, it's just one time, it's just one time, it's just one time. If you're like me and you do that frequently, it's not just one time and it is a problem. So here are some big ticket items that I know are going to be on this credit card bill that I am preparing for. So I recently got lip filler and I don't want to hide it and act like I didn't get it because I did. It was my very first time ever getting it. So I was really nervous and I like wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I have been wanting to get it for like a little bit now. And so I went to a girl in Miami and I just love the way she did my lips. This is like, I have a lip plumper on right now, so they look even bigger, but I think it just looks so natural. So I was really happy with it. That lasts 6 months to a year. So I'm not planning on spending that anytime soon. That was, I know, $850, I believe. So I know that that was expensive. And then what else? I think I bought something else. I stayed in Raleigh at an Airbnb and Kayla and Keon stayed with me, but it was like a business expense. So I decided to just take the entire Airbnb. It was $450, I think is what I spent there. Those are the two things I know that are really big, the Airbnb and the lip filler. So we'll see what the rest of the month holds, but I'm just going to look at my credit card bill and go through my budget. Before I do that though, before I leave you to do my budget, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. If you do not know what Squarespace is, it is the easiest way to build an online website, and that is a purchase I will always recommend, and it's such a good investment for your business. So I have Squarespace for every single website that I've built has been on Squarespace. I refuse to use anything else because I've tried the other ones before and they are not easy, they're not intuitive, and they're not as customizable as Squarespace is. So Rella's website is actually on Squarespace and I think it looks so good. You can customize it however you'd like. So whether you have a blog, a store, a portfolio, whatever it is that you are trying to build a website for, Squarespace is the place for you. And it just makes it so easy and pretty, and I recommend it to literally all my friends. Like anyone that's like, oh, I want to build a website, I'm like, use my code Natalie Barbu, here you go. So if you are looking to build a website, Squarespace has everything in one place. It's super easy. The analytics are there, the customer support is amazing, and I would recommend it to anyone, like I already do recommend it to everyone. If you want 10% off your first purchase, you can use my code Natalie Barbu at checkout, or you can go to squarespace.com/Natalie Barbu. Anyways, thank you so much Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to look at my budget and then I'm gonna come back to you probably in like an hour. It usually takes me an hour to sort through everything, write everything, categorize everything, and then cry, and then, you know, I'll come back. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna cry, but anyways, let's do it. So we are back and I just did my budget and I found some things that were quite alarming. So I'm gonna break it down for you and I am going to show you some of my most expensive things that I bought, some things that I realized, and kind of just break down my overall spend for the month, what I'm proud of, what I'm not proud of. So let's just dive into it. You guys know the drill. I feel like this is more of like a what I spend in a month video, but I call it my budget because this is when I sit down and I look at my budget and I like plan out what I'm gonna be doing the next month based on what I did this month and what I'm happy about. So anyways, my highest overall category were other and miscellaneous shopping. So just things that didn't fit into categories. And what that means is my lip filler, that went into other. My Dyson Airwrap that I bought this month, that went into other. And the rest, honestly, I don't even really know. What else is other? My Bali trip was canceled. I was gonna do a Bali trip with a bunch of my subscribers, but obviously because of the pandemic, it's just been pushed back for 2 years and I had to cancel it. So I actually had to give back the money that they gave me for the flight. So that was like a huge chunk of it. It was like $1,500. So that was considered an other, even though they gave it to me. So I didn't technically like spend that money because I'm just like giving the money back, but whatever, I still included it on here because they gave that money to me like 2 years ago. So it's pretty much like I spent that money. Yeah, I guess those are like the biggest things. As for my restaurants, you know that I am trying to get it to be like $400 or less. And I feel like $400 is honestly very reasonable for restaurants, but sometimes I just go overboard. And the thing with restaurants is that I will eat out like here and there. I'll get food delivery here and there, and that stuff adds up so much. I got DoorDash Chick-fil-A 2 times this month, and each time my Chick-fil-A was $20, whereas if I just went into the store and got it, it probably would have been $8. It's like you're spending double the amount just by the food delivery and then like random lunches here and there. When we went to Raleigh, I pretty much paid for, you know, a lot of my team members almost the entire week. So, you know, my restaurant bill was a lot higher this month. And then I had a friend come into town and I spent like $100 on a dinner, which is just like, don't do it, guys. So my restaurant bill was actually $650 this month, which next month I really want to get it to be $400 or less. That is my goal. Alcohol was way too high this month. I really want to lower it in February. This month it was $170. And before you're like, what the heck, how did you spend $170 on alcohol? It's because January includes January 1st, which means New Year's. And like I've said in the past, when I have a few drinks in me, I become the most generous person at the bar. I am buying everyone shots. I am buying everyone drinks. And it's a toxic trait, but it's also really nice at the same time. Like I feel so generous and I'm like, it's on me. Don't even worry about it. Money is not real when I've had a few drinks in me. So I spent $170 because on New Year's I bought 8 drinks for everyone. I think I got like a round of 8 vodka sodas or something, and it was $122 in Miami. So was it 8 drinks? Let me see, 122 divided by 8. Yeah, that checks out. 122 of that was literally in one day, and then the rest is just because I like went out a few weekends and I went to Austin, spent that money there. I have been doing monthly facials, which is honestly so nice, and it's a flat fee of $95 a month, but then if I add any extras and then tip, it gets pretty expensive. So this month I spent $140 on my facial, but honestly I love it and I won't really really want to start doing more like facials and massages every month. I really want to invest in like my health and my wellness and my stress levels, because the past year was the year where I have felt like the most stressed in my life. And so I really want to kind of maintain that. And no, you don't need massages and all of that to maintain stress levels, but it's something that I really enjoy and really love, and it makes me feel so at peace. I would love to have that be like a part of my budget. So I'm kind of including like $150 for kind of that self-care stuff for me every single month. Didn't get my eyebrows done this month, so no money was spent on that, as you can tell. As for mani-pedi, I did get one yesterday. The girl that I go to in Miami is so affordable. This is my nails. It's like a full manicure. It's called Luminary. It's like the type of nails that she does. Like instead of gel or SNS, it's called Luminary, and I highly recommend it. But anyways, this in Charlotte cost me $70, and in Miami it cost me $35. So I got a pedicure and a manicure for $77, including tip. Very good deal. Never gonna apologize for that. And I do that around like once a month. I get them done like every 4 to 5 weeks. My gym membership is pretty expensive. I spend $180 on my gym, but I realized, which I did not realize in before, I don't know how I didn't realize, I am spending money on ClassPass. I have not used ClassPass in months, and I'm spending $50 a month on ClassPass. So I'm about to go to ClassPass right now and cancel that, because I never use it. I literally never use it. So, but every time I try to go to ClassPass, I'm on the app, I hit try again, and like it just doesn't go. And I've exited out, I've done all of that, and it just doesn't go. And I can't even like log out. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to like call them or something. But I've had to cancel ClassPass in the past, and they are like the worst with cancellations. You have to like get on the phone with them, or you have to like chat with them to cancel, like anything like that. I'm just like, that is such bad customer experience. I don't know if they've changed. I'll see once I try canceling, but gotta cancel that because I'm paying $50 a month for something I literally never use. I spent $220 on Bambino this month, on his dog food and on his like pet insurance that I pay for. I bought a ton of like supplements and health things from Hum, and then from this like doctor that it's supposed to regulate, or not regulate, but I guess like help with hormonal acne. And so I've spent on all of that $216 on like supplements and all of this stuff that I'm just so desperate to clear my acne. And just like since being off birth control, I'm like, I need to regulate this. So I have spent so much money on my health this year. Well, I guess not this year, but the past few months I've spent so much money on my health, and I think that that's going to be something that I'm going to spend a lot of money on in the future. I can just already see it. I have to pay for my own health insurance, and so I pay $215 every single month for my health insurance. So that on top of like everything else that I'll probably be getting, it is definitely going to, you know, be expensive and add up. If you guys pay for your own health insurance, how much do you pay for every single month? Let me know. So those were kind of like the big categories. As for big ticket items, it is what I said earlier: my lips, my Dyson Airwrap, my Airbnb. I have a car lease, which is $517 every single month. My accountant charges me $450 every single month, but because it's the end of the year and like taxes are coming up, I had to pay more for like filing fees and all of that. So that was really nice. But those were kind of like the big ticket items and like the biggest categories. But here are some things that shocked me, and I think they might shock you, and I hope this is a wake-up call to you guys. I had to cancel like 3 or 4 separate subscriptions that I was paying. So ClassPass is one of them, which I haven't canceled yet. There was one other subscription that I was paying for, but when I logged into the account, like it said that I wasn't being billed and that I had like a free payment plan. So I don't know how I'm still paying for that. So I disputed it with my bank. So I really hope that they don't continue to charge me, because that was annoying. I was paying for Planoli, which I had canceled on my phone. So I used to use Planoli, but obviously since building Rella, I don't use Planoli anymore because I plan my social media and my Instagram feed on Rella. But on Planoli, I deleted it from my subscriptions on Apple, but I was still paying for it because I had made an account with them. So I had to like log into the computer and cancel my plan there. So always make sure that you're checking your subscriptions, because on Apple it shows that I had canceled it and that the subscription expired. But then when I went online and I went into my account, I was still paying $29 a month, which is so expensive. So I ended up canceling that. So I ended up seeing a lot of things that really have like red flags for me of like, what the heck, why am I paying for this? That's why I love manually budgeting, because you can see that. And then one more thing that I need to get to the bottom of, because I'm spending way too much money on this every single month and I have no clue what this is. Like, I do not know what this is. I have like every few days, Apple just sends me like a charge. I'm charged by Apple $5 here, $20 here, $7 here. I had a charge this month for $70 from Apple. So my total monthly charges from Apple this month were $142, which is ridiculous. And I don't know what it is. So whenever I go on my phone, because it just says Apple and it's not Apple Pay. So like if I go to my settings, for example, and I go to my iCloud and I hit subscription, it will tell you all of your subscription, which is where I canceled plan only too, but apparently I was still being charged. So here I have like my subscriptions, and then here I have expired subscriptions. So you can see like all of the subscriptions that I've expired, and then here are the ones that I currently have on Apple. So here are the ones that I pay for. I pay for New York Times Cooking. It's $5 a month, and I honestly think I might cancel it because I haven't found the best recipes from there. I just wanted to try it out, but I might cancel it because it's not that great. I pay for Splice, the video editor and maker. It is the best app for like TikToks and Reels, and I pay $1 a week, so it's like $4 pretty much a month. I pay for Alive by Whitney Simmons, which is $15 a month. It's my workout, so I do love that. I pay for, do I pay for this? I did not realize I paid for this. I pay for Flow Premium. It's like my period tracker, but I definitely thought that I had only, I did not think I paid for that. That was really weird. So anyways, I have a period tracker. It pretty much tells me when I'm like ovulating and like what my symptoms are gonna be at this time of the month, and tells me when my next period is going to be. Highly recommend, but I'm paying $40 a year for that. So did not remember that one. I pay for this like Abide, Pray, and Relax meditation, but I think I'm gonna cancel it because I literally never use it. Actually, no, do I not pay for that? It says select an option to resubscribe. Okay, so never mind, that's expired. I pay for Facetune, and it's not because I Facetune my photos, but it's because I love to like eliminate everything. Like I will like make the background a little bit whiter. I'll blur like the background. I will Facetune my pimples. I am the first to admit that. If I have pimples on my face and you can see them, I'm Facetuning those, but I don't, you know, do any drastic measures. So I do pay for that, and I paid $36 a year, which I did not know I paid for. I think I'm gonna cancel that. I did not realize I pay for Facetune video. Like, no, I don't. I literally never use this. This is the thing, like, get you. Am I like double tapping in my sleep or something? Okay, I pay for Tezza. Tezza is the best. I edit like all my stories on there, and I pay $40 a year for that. And then I used to pay for Sweat, which is $120 a year, but now that I have Alive, I don't pay for Sweat anymore. If this is your sign that you need to go and see your subscriptions on Apple and start canceling them, because you will forget, and then Apple just charges you. But this doesn't answer the question of what am I getting charged for, because this does not equal $142, because the yearly ones are not charged at the beginning of the year. They're charged at the beginning of like the time period. So I'm just so confused. So let me go then to payment. How do I find my billing? I feel like I'm old and I'm like, what do I do? Like, how do I find this? Okay, we're about to look this up because I need to get to the bottom of this. Apple.com/bill. Why is there no place where I can like easily find my bill? Let's see what this is. Here it is, guys. What have I been charged for in January? So like a whole other budget. Okay, January 1st, I was charged $5 for my monthly cooking subscription, $3 for Splice. I guess I'm paying $3 a week. I'm paying $3 a week, okay. I paid for Lifesum Premium, which is $13. I paid for iCloud, which is $10. Live, which is $15. And New York Times, which is $5, which is gonna come in the future. What the heck is the $142? Oh, okay. So we bought Natasha an iPad keyboard, and we split it amongst the three of us, like the three founders. And so it was $70. And so I guess like it's not all from Apple, like the App Store, like $70 of that is from the iPad keyboard. But still, that leaves me with $70. Does this add up? I'm about to break out my calculator. This is how particular I am. Okay, let's see. It still doesn't add up. Guys, I'm gonna have to take this offline. I don't know what the heck I'm being charged for. What the heck? Does Apple ever charge you random things? Like, what is this? Anyways, overall, how do I think I did this month? I think I did pretty poorly. I'm gonna give myself a D, but I'm very hopeful that this next month, February, not only is it a shorter month, so I better spend less, but I don't have like that many big things that I'm going to be spending a lot of money on. I don't have any big purchase items that I will be spending. Mark me to that. I will not spend more than like $200 on anything. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So I think that February, I'm gonna spend half the amount that I spent in January. Overall in January, I did spend less than what I spent in December, but I do still want to spend a lot less. Like, this is just not okay spending this much money, even if some of it is business expenses and all that, like, it doesn't matter. So yeah, how do you think I did? This video was kind of random. I feel like it wasn't as structured as my previous one, so let me know what you like about these videos and what you don't like, and if any more insight or what you think would make these videos a bit more enjoyable, because I do like doing these every month just because it does hold me accountable and put myself on blast. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for budgeting with me. I hope this inspires you to budget, especially because we are still in the beginning of a new year, so it is not too late for you to start. It's never too late for you to start budgeting. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.